This is Dr. Melissa McCrae, and we are going to talk about exercise, truly a way to life. You know, we all have those days. I'm so tired. I'm too stressed out. It's cold and wet outside, and the sofa just feels so good. I know personally for me, I've never been somebody who loves to exercise. I'm not the person who loves to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get that workout in. So I envy, I can't tell you how much I envy people who love that. However, I know that it is super important. We all know it's tough to get started, and it's not easy to always just throw on your workout clothes and start to tackle your wellness goals. But I can guarantee you, no one is in great shape or even fit without some work. Remember, I never said this was going to be easy, but I promise you the changes you're making will absolutely be worth it. You know, our inner couch potato is oftentimes our worst enemy. We subconsciously can even waste a lot of time and energy just trying to figure out how to get out of a workout. But has it ever occurred to you that we make it into something much worse than it actually is? You know, it's not about running a marathon 3 times a week or preparing for a body weight training competition. We're talking about 20 to 50 minutes of active movement. And it doesn't have to be every day. So it's time to break those mental barriers down and get started. So let's review why movement and exercise is so important. Exercise makes you happier. When we think about feeling better and lifting our mood, we all want the best way to get there. And it doesn't matter if movement you do is mild, moderate, or even vigorous. Exercising gives people more pleasant feelings than in those who don't engage in physical activity. This is why one of the underlying lifestyle changes required for patients who suffer from depression is exercise. When you're exercising, the brain recognizes this as a moment of stress. And so, to protect you from the stress, the brain releases a protein called brain derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. And you're going to hear a lot about BDNF in the coming years as science continues to develop and reach into the traditional medical world. This compound has a really protective and reparative effect, and it helps our memory as well as setting a reset switch. It's the reason why you feel happy and relaxed after exercising. Exercise also stimulates the digestive tract, in which digestion improves, your gut bacteria thrive, and our gut neurotransmitters also release those feel-good hormones like we've learned about previously. Exercise and mood improves that mood and mental health, just like making us happier. So exercise truly is one of the most underutilized antidepressants. It can help you ward off things like depression and anxiety and a negative mood, as well as improving your self-esteem and clearly how you think. Doing just 30 minutes or more of exercise a day for 3 to 5 days a week can significantly improve depression and anxiety. We've seen this in study after study. But we also know that smaller amounts of physical activity, as little as 10 to 15 minutes at a time, can also make a difference. Remember, when you exercise, you increase those feel-good hormones, those endorphins and dopamine, adrenaline, and even the hormones in your endocannabinoid system. That's that feel-good and balancing system. These are all brain chemicals associated with the feelings of happiness, contentment, confidence, feeling capable, feeling less anxiety and stress, and even less physical pain. In simple terms, for sleep, our biological clock sure makes our body run really, really smoothly. We have the daytime switch and we have different metabolic processes that happen at nighttime. If you can't sleep and instead you're constantly tossing and turning, exercise can help you sleep better. In addition to that, physical activity helps reset those circadian rhythms, which we have learned are crucial for triggering the heal and repair response. The most important thing to keep in mind about exercise, and this is really important, it can be even more effective when done throughout the day, and especially the morning. Exercising later in the day actually activates your sympathetic nervous system, and that's made to keep you awake. So just be careful with later day exercise. Insomnia, now that's a lot more common than what you might think. Millions of people suffer from sleep problems, and many of the cases have a simple solution: physical activity. The effects of exercise on sleep may not be immediate, but they will come. One of the recent studies showed that it can take up to 4 months to have that really strong and positive effect on sleep. But how fantastic is it that we can do that and it is highly effective? Exercise gives you energy. This might be surprising to some people to know that exercise can actually boost your energy levels. If you have a tendency to feel tired, try to get up and move. According to some different studies we have, low intensity exercise can boost energy levels by 20%. A study on fatigue and exercise recently showed that people who do low intensity exercise when they're tired reported a steady increase in energy over the course of 6 weeks of the experiment. So just think that midday lull that you might get, drink that water, get up and even just go for a brief, brisk walk for 5 minutes. And you'll find out that your energy through the rest of the afternoon is significantly better. How about increasing productivity? Isn't that a nice thought? Daily physical exercise is a benefit that will definitely increase your productivity levels. Not only energy, but productivity. In 2011, we actually had a study that showed us that employees who take that time for exercise and movement have higher productivity levels than those who are more sedentary. I just think it's great knowing that getting up and doing some movement can actually help you think and feel better, stimulating energy, stimulating creativity, and more efficiently working. Now, vitality, we treat people from the inside out and the outside in, so it's not unusual for someone to come in with skin concerns, and we find that it's actually tied to some internal issues. Our skin can show who we are. Are we struggling with detoxification? Do we have accelerated oxidative stress and signs of early aging? Our skin will show you whether it's wrinkles, collagen loss, maybe it's sagging skin or these new age spots popping up. Well, moderate and frequent exercise can actually raise your body's output of the natural antioxidants, which can help protect your cells. So exercise can promote skin cell adaptation and induce that blood flow circulation that can really help delay that appearance of skin aging. This is certainly one that's on the forefront of most people's minds right now. Exercise can make you less susceptible to disease. So not only can exercise make you stronger, but it also helps fortify your immune system, keeping disease away. Science is not entirely sure how this all happens, but we know it's well documented that it does happen. We know that physical activity can prevent the appearance of even future cancers, especially significant in the risk reduction of breast cancer. Some people think that exercise flushes out the bad cells from the body or helps get rid of the bad bacteria that trigger inflammatory reactions. Others say that a reduction in stress-related hormones like cortisol lowers your risk of disease progression. No matter what the mechanism is, we do know it's very clear that regular physical activity can actually prevent disease and benefit the appearance of other conditions. So don't delay. This is literally when we're talking about your wellness journey, getting movement and exercise in your life can help you on that spectrum of wellness. How about exercise improving your memory? So you've probably felt this, how physical activity can boost your memory. If you're constantly having difficulty remembering where you left your keys maybe, or struggling to recall names, then physical activity can be a real nice boost for you. You'll notice a change in mental alertness and foggy thinking, to name just a couple of things. A study in 2014 actually found that aerobic exercise like running or swimming can increase the size of your hippocampus. Now, we learned about the hippocampus when we were studying about the different hormones of the brain and our sex hormones. Well, the hippocampus, again, is that neurologic center, and it's responsible for memory and learning as well. Interestingly, in women, a reduction in the size of the hippocampus is recognized as a risk factor for dementia. So try to get out there, get some exercise. We love to increase the size of our hippocampus. Think about protecting our brain because, we only get one shot at it. Of course, exercise makes your bones stronger, which is crucial as we get older. It's a significant component of powerful and strong bones. There's an enhanced effect when you're young, and it's a requisite in keeping those bones strong throughout life. Bones are living tissue, and just like muscle, they're constantly remodeling and getting stronger or weaker. Our activity is what stimulates those changes. Now, bones and muscles, they actually respond to vibration and pressure and weight bearing. So you've probably heard of vibration plates, and we know that weight bearing exercise is what it takes to keep those bones strong. Our bones actually adapt to our everyday activities to meet the body's demands. And if you don't exercise, they also adapt and become weaker. So be very careful in how you choose to be active. Without proper weight bearing activity, you're at a high risk for osteopenia, which is thin bones, and osteoporosis, which is fragile bones in the future. Now, how about some assistance in quitting smoking? It's interesting. A lot of people don't know that exercise can actually help decrease the severity of nicotine withdrawal symptoms. And that's just with a moderate level of exercise. It seems to activate a receptor in our brain called the nicotinic acetylcholine receptor. This receptor is responsible for the signals that calm, heal, and repair, which is crucial, of course, in our wellness journey. Decreasing the risk of heart disease. Hopefully, you're hearing enough things that you can really feel inside of you how crucial it is that we move, that we exercise. Knowing that heart disease is one of the top reasons for death worldwide, knowing that we can change that course is so important. So, knowing that one of the leading tips you can get for preventing heart disease is exercise, that should be enough momentum right there to get us moving. There was a really impressive meta-analysis which was completed, and it was a review of 305 different medical studies, and they analyzed the participation of almost 350,000 participants. They found that there were no real differences between the people who took medications for heart disease and prediabetes prevention compared to those who practiced daily physical activity. So for those of you who want to get off your medications, or those of you who never want to be on medications, think how powerful that is, that daily physical exercise is as effective as people who took their medicine. So in fact, for people who've already suffered things like a stroke, physical activity was more effective than drug treatments in that category as well. So exercise is the key. I can't stress enough how important exercise is. It's just so, so very important. One way we can work on our blood sugar levels is by making your cells more sensitive to glucose. And simply by exercising, your cells are actually able to see the glucose floating by and use it more easily. That is why those people who have diabetes or prediabetes are told to exercise at least 3 to 5 times a week. I can't overstate enough how physical activity can make a difference for people who are suffering from things like obesity and insulin resistance or any other metabolic process. And this is not about weight loss. It literally is about making your body more sensitive to the sugar so it doesn't cause that strong, intense inflammatory reaction. And then we'll see those gradual natural changes that happen. But simply put, exercise is a must. Now, especially in cases where people have issues with diabetes or high insulin levels, exercise and movement is actually what will determine if you stay in good health or if you fall into the diseases that later can ruin your body, literally wreaking havoc with your circulation, producing vision loss and blindness, nerve damage. We even see amputations. And of course, the worst outcome would be death. So start moving your body. It's not only life-changing, but also life-saving. How about sexual activity? We know that exercise can boost the sex drive or libido. It does this simply because it stimulates the production of sex hormones, and it does so several hours after physical activity. One study actually found that normal routine of a 6-minute walk around the house helps men decrease their erectile dysfunction by 71%. That's tremendous. Another study with a group of women in their 40s observed that they experienced orgasms more frequently when they incorporated strenuous exercise like sprints, boot camp programs, and weight training in their lifestyles. What's more important, really, is that by engaging in physical activity, you can protect the heart system, you can improve your circulation, tone your muscles, enhance your flexibility, and all of these things, of course, will go towards improving your sex life. So exercise helps you live this longer, healthier life. That's all what we're looking for. We're not just looking to live long, we want to live long and healthy. New research that was published in 2012, it was a study of more than 650,000 people, and it found that 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week increases your lifespan by 3 to 4 years. This was also true for people who are overweight and obese. So again, it's not what your weight is, it's more of what your physical activity is. Any exercise helps them live longer. So in contrast to that, a sedentary lifestyle decreases your lifespan up to 7.2 years. So again, it's not just about living longer, it's about living longer and healthier and getting the most out of your life. Have your body perform like it has the possibility to, and this is in your control. Your body was made to do great things, and it can do things that most people have a hard time even wrapping their head around. Simply by adding exercise and movement to your daily life can impact how you feel, how you look, how you perform in your daily activities, and how long you live. So go ahead and get started. It truly can change your life. So if you wonder, how do I get started? Remember, every day is different. Sometimes you may feel totally motivated, like you could run an ultra marathon, and other days you might just want to stay home on the sofa, and that's totally normal. Just don't forget that it's about finding the right balance between exercise and recovery. Think about why you want to get moving. Print out a list of your physical goals and what you want your wellness to look like, and post it somewhere where you always look. Keep your eyes on the prize, train your motivation like a muscle, and you can do it. So let's talk about some practical tips about how to motivate yourself. So these are just 7 quick tips that you can really use to begin that habit. First of all, put your workout clothes on. So don't think about it, just get dressed. It's the best way to get motivated to work out. You're not going to just plop yourself on the couch after having put your training clothes on. So find something that fits you, makes you feel good when you wear it, bright colors or all black, whatever you prefer, but put your workout clothes on. 2, write down how you feel after your workout. Keep a little journal and write down how you're feeling after training. If you record your workouts, there's a lot of different apps that can do that for you, or things like Fitbits. You can add a note to each activity, and that way you can go back and take a look at those awesome feelings when you're just not in the mood. Hello, endorphins, right? You'll probably find yourself writing things down like, I felt really good, or I'm so happy I finished a workout, or I have so much energy, and even I feel so strong. So write down how you feel after that workout. Number 3, variety, variety, variety. So don't do the same workout all the time. Mix it up. You can go for a run, a walk, a bike ride. You can do some weight training, or you can do some resistant band training. You can do some high intensity interval training. Use different exercise app programs. This is a great way to make your workout routine more fun so that you'll stick to it long term. Number 4, put your workouts on your calendar. If you put your workouts in your calendar every week, you can't make excuses. So think of them as appointments and as time for yourself. Because you see, planning helps you get motivated, and motivation is what will keep and sustain us through these new habits. Number 5, surround yourself with motivation. It's also going to be important to hang around or be supported by people that make you feel capable of reaching these goals. So it can be helpful to write down your goals and motivational quotes where you can see them every day, and make sure you have that texting buddy or that call buddy who's going to encourage you when you do your exercises. Number 6, everything's easier in a group. So working out in a group is something that can make a huge difference. And it's so great to combine exercise with social time. So your friends can motivate you and help you push through a goal. The internet has made, goodness, exercising in a group something we can do even in the comfort of our own home. So many of those different programs and those apps have group classes. So get your friends on board, whether they're near or far, and get yourself moving. So hopefully these will inspire you, and that knowledge of why it's so important to keep moving will be helpful in your wellness journey.